Snakes are fearless predators, and when they target a prey, they usually don't miss. Have you ever seen a snake swallow a deer? Do you think a cobra can swallow a python whole? If you're curious, keep watching as we look at moments when immense and strong animals face the wrath of giant constrictors.
Come on. Come on. Oh, nice big girl.
Number 15, Anaconda versus Jaguar Panther. This powerful jaguar drags a huge anaconda through the grass. It looks like the feline is stuck because the snake is wrapped around it. And that could be the case, but I'm thinking it's already sunk its canines into the snake and is dragging it to finish the job. This black panther fights an anaconda. You can see the black cat bite and try to pull the snake, preventing it from entering the water. The snake is trying to escape, but the big cat follows it into the water and grabs it again. This is quite surprising. I would have thought the snake would have given the cat a better fight, but it looks like the black feline is getting the best of the snake. At some point, the snake manages to wrap itself around the cat's head, but only for a few seconds. The jaguar joins the fight and helps the black cat defeat the snake. Number 14, Anaconda attacks Capybara. The green anaconda is known as the world's heaviest snake. They can grow to be 25 feet long and weigh more than 300 pounds. Anacondas spend almost all their time in and around water to maintain their mass. Because it is disguised to blend in with plant-choked water, this snake usually waits for prey to come to it. Snakes with eyes and nostrils on top of their heads can stay underwater for extended periods of time while waiting for its prey. On this flooded plain, the capybara, the world's largest rodent, which can weigh more than 100 pounds, coexists with the anaconda. Because aquatic plants account for a large portion of the capybara's diet, they spend a lot of time near water, making it an ideal anaconda hunting habitat. It can stalk underwater without being noticed by extending its head long enough to assess distance. It's just sitting there, doing nothing. It strikes, encircling the massive rodent with 6 rows of fangs. There is no way out of this predicament. Anacondas do not use venom to kill their prey. They suffocate their prey by preventing blood flow to the heart, resulting in cardiac arrest. When the heart stops beating, they start eating their meal whole, toes and all. Their jaws' elastic ligaments and flexible joints assist them in accomplishing this. Number 13, Anaconda attacks cow. A famished snake decides to attack a cow. That's right. Consider how the snake drags the cow out of its corral and clings to its leg. Is this something that you imagine could happen? The person filming decides to stop for reasons I don't understand. This snake causes havoc when it tries to suffocate a cow. This cow, on the other hand, refuses to accept its predicament and fights the snake, untangling itself from it and manages to run away. The snake flees and abandons the cow. This white cow went swimming in the wrong mud pit and found itself wrapped up by a snake. Once the snake applied the necessary squeeze, the cow took its last breath. Number 12, Anaconda eats pig. An anaconda enters a pig pen and devours a small pig. The pig doesn't move and it doesn't look like it's breathing, so I'm assuming it's already dead. This snake is going to enjoy his meal. Watch this huge anaconda grab and eat a small pig underwater. The snake snatches the pig from its handler's hand and takes it deep underwater. Number 11, Anaconda versus Caiman. This caiman has a bite on this anaconda, but I don't think it will be enough to get out of this mess because the snake is crushing the crocodilian. I think it's time to call a priest so he can read the caiman his last rites. An anaconda is coiled around the caiman underwater, but it's difficult to see if the caiman has a chance of getting out of this bind. Both animals are underwater, and a battle such as this one can last quite a long time. This fight is a little closer. The snake is coiled around the caiman, but this time you can see bite marks on the snake. So that means the caiman was able to strike on several occasions. The caiman is still in a tight situation, but at least it has a fighting chance. Number 10. Tiger versus Python Anaconda. In this black and white video, a python attacks a tiger, and it looks like the snake is getting the upper hand as it suffocates the tiger to death. How often do we see this type of ending when a tiger is involved in a fight? At this age, tiger cubs are still an easy meal for every predator around. It will be nearly 2 years before they can become as formidable as their mother. Very few people have seen how an adult tiger deals with a python and what the outcome would be. Although the python is not equipped with venom, it does have a nasty bite. They say curiosity killed the cat. Tigers are not used to animals that bite back, so this mother decides to walk back to her cubs and not deal with the large reptile. Number 9. Python versus Leopard. This video shows us one of the saddest moments in the wild when a python attacked and killed 3 black leopard cubs. Black leopards are extremely rare, and it's sad and horrific to see this occur. In this video, 2 leopards appear to have discovered something wriggling in the undergrowth. A closer examination reveals it is a python. Cats will constantly tap on something unfamiliar to them, whether it is a large cat or a domestic cat, just to get a sense of what it is. One of these leopards then rolls around on the floor as if it wants to play with the python, but quickly realizes the python isn't a toy and abandons the hunt. When this leopard finds itself standing right above a python, it decides to walk over to it and grab it. Once the big cat is holding the snake in its mouth, it drags it on the ground until it drops it again. The python takes this opportunity to slither back into the water under the watchful eyes of the feline. Number 8. Python snake attack lion. There aren't many videos where snakes face off against lions, but this is one of them. A massive python lunges at a lion cub, but the young lion is agile and maneuvers around the python, looking for the best spot to strike. The python does bite the cub's nose and latches onto it for a few seconds before the cub retreats. I'm sure the little guy will be okay, but he's lucky the snake didn't try to choke him. This video shows real footage where a lucky cameraman got the chance to capture this breathtaking moment of a lioness in agony after being bitten by a snake. The lioness is breathing hard and slow with unbearable pain. You will see the lioness move in agony. It is also difficult to watch this because we imagine and see lions as being the ultimate predators, which they are. But there are rare occasions when they are not. Another lioness with a few cubs watches all this and can't do anything about it. This lion has a seizure after chasing a wildebeest. Was he bitten by a snake along the way? Anything is possible, but I can't be sure. Number 7. Python versus alligator and crocodile. In this black and white footage, we can see a violent scuffle between a caiman and a python, and once again, the python crushes the caiman in no time. Burmese pythons are an invasive species from South Asia that have colonized the Florida Everglades. As top predators, these massive constrictors compete with American alligators. These 2 apex predators are competing for the same resources for the first time in history. Large alligators have a significant advantage over pythons due to their powerful jaws. The alligator snatches the python with nearly 2,000 pounds per square inch of force. The python will almost certainly not be able to free itself. Regardless, the alligator is defeated by the python. After a long and arduous battle, an unexpected turn of events occurs. The Burmese python has been known to frighten alligators into fleeing on rare occasions, and this is one of them. Number 6. Cobra versus mongoose. When mongooses attack cobras like the one in this video, they dance around the snakes, calculating the perfect time to strike. All this while they avoid being struck by the snake. Once they decide to go for the kill, they deliver a crushing blow to the head of the snake and kill it. This pet mongoose discovers a caped cobra in his house and challenges it. The cobra should flee as soon as possible because the mongoose is a snake killer. The only problem is that it must get past the mongoose first. The cobra manages to escape and heads for the open field as soon as it gets outdoors, but the mongoose pursues it and tries to get the best of it. Number 5. Python versus King Cobra. Two of the world's largest and deadliest reptiles are the python and the king cobra. In terms of distinctions, pythons are non-venomous constrictors, but the king cobra is known for its lethal toxin. In addition, pythons are often larger, longer, and have better camouflage, whereas king cobras are far more agile. The python is wrapped around the king cobra and it's squeezing hard. The cobra looks stuck, and from the looks of it, it's going to need a miracle to free itself. Don't ask me how these two snakes ended up on the side of the road, but just when the cobra seemed to be in trouble, it managed to free itself from the python's headlock. It decided not to engage again with the python afterwards and immediately slithered away. Number 4. Python swallows deer. Once its prey has been trapped, the snake can take its time eating. A deer is being devoured by this huge python. A python kills its prey by wrapping its coils around it and squeezing it until it can't breathe any longer, yet it takes time to consume its meal. The deer will be eaten head first since it is much easier that way. This python is about to swallow this deer whole in front of a curious crowd. Watch how the snake swallows the deer in just a few seconds. I don't understand why this man is tapping on the snake. Why can't he just leave the snake eat in peace? It's just amazing how fast the snake swallowed this deer. A man helps free a helpless deer from the grip of a python by hitting the snake with a branch. The plan works and the deer escapes, while the snake retreats into the brush. A helpless mother could only stand by and watch as an African rock python devoured her lamb whole. A herd of impala cries alerted her to the presence of the predator, and she came across the rear side of the python enjoying its meal. The acid in the python's stomach will dissolve everything on the impala, including its hooves and horns. It may take weeks for the snake to digest such a large meal, during which time it will be more vulnerable to predators. However, after such a meal, this snake may not need to feed for up to a year. The python's grip on the deer tightens with each extension. As the python tightens its grip, each breath becomes shallower until death by strangulation occurs. Right now, the jaws are putting on a show. Rather than chewing or dismembering their prey, pythons consume it whole, beginning with the head. This python has one of the largest stomachs ever seen and can survive for a year without eating. Number 3. King Cobra. A female king cobra is about to consume the last meal she'll enjoy for a while. A smaller cobra that has succumbed to her powerful venom. Now all that remains is to swallow his 4-foot body whole. A king cobra attacks and bites a python. After injecting its venom into the python, the cobra begins to swallow it whole. I hope for his sake that the cobra is long enough to swallow the python. The man filming this video tracks this 4-meter king cobra every day. He hadn't eaten in nearly a month, so in the last 3 days, he had been hunting for his next meal. One afternoon, the king cobra put his head into a burrow and he appeared to have caught something. The king cobra tried to pull its prey out of the burrow, but the other snakes seemed to be putting up quite a fight. After 1 hour, the king cobra started overpowering its prey and began inching backwards. Like crocodiles, king cobras sometimes roll to subdue their prey. Finally, he reached the surface and in his mouth the head of a spectacled cobra. The other cobra was very much alive and desperately trying to escape, but the king was much too strong and pulled his victim all the way out to swallow him whole. A king cobra and a reticulated python are fighting. The cobra attacks the python and sinks its venomous fangs into it. The python coils its body around the cobra to attempt to strangle it. The duel lasts about 10 minutes until the cobra's venom paralyzes the python. Number 2. Python versus bats. Snakes rarely eat bats, but this python isn't picky and will eat anything. I must say the bat in this video outperforms the snake. This bat is also biting the snake. What an unexpected turn of events. I'm completely flabbergasted. The snake, believe it or not, is repulsed by the bat and flees. The poor bat is exhausted and can barely drag itself out of there, but the snake shockingly admits defeat and slithers away. I swear to you, I wasn't prepared for this. How about you? Number 1. Python eating a rabbit. This snake hasn't eaten in a month, so I can guarantee you it'll be overjoyed when it gets a taste of this rabbit. The rabbit is strangled and killed and will be swallowed head first. This cute white rabbit is finding out what it's like to spend a very short part of an afternoon with a python. He gets to say hi and bye, and it's all over. This reticulated python is being fed at the Toledo Zoo when it's presented with a small rabbit. The snake lunges at the rabbit and grabs it in no time. Although many of these clips were amazing, I still can't get over the cobra swallowing the python whole. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's it for our look at moments when immense and strong animals face the wrath of giant constrictors. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.